Hello and welcome to National Focus for Friday, 19th April 2024. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, Dominica and Cuba signed Memorandum of Understanding for greater collaboration in healthcare. Bouche MP tours major development projects in her constituency. And the NTRC donates 65 new computers to the Dominica State College. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. Minister for Health, Honorable Cassani Laville, recently visited Cuba with the aim of strengthening ties and exploring collaborative opportunities in the healthcare sector. The Health Minister was accompanied by Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Lenora Fevre-Drago. The highlight of the visit was the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the two countries for healthcare collaboration. This MOU outlines plans for exchanging medical professionals, collaborating on research and development projects, implementing training programs, and facilitating access to pharmaceuticals and medical technologies. The agreement underscores the commitment of both countries to strengthen healthcare partnership and leverage each other's expertise to address common health challenges. Parliamentary representative for the Paix constituency, Honorable Lakia Joseph, completed a tour of some of the main development projects in her constituency on Thursday. The parliamentary representative began her tour in the heights of Calibishi, where the focus is on agriculture.
Although we don't have a very deplorable road network for the farmers in Calibishi, we have seen the need for a lot of maintenance on the road. And so thanks to the Ministry of Agriculture and the government of Dominica and the Prime Minister, we have gotten a machine to do some grubbing of the sides and flattening of the roads, and we will commence the second phase by laying down some tarishing and some concrete as time goes by in some of the most difficult areas. And we have seen the benefits of the farm road in Calibishi for the farmers, and we hope that we can have the farmers continue farming and to get the younger generation to be introduced to farming or to have an interest in farming, because right now the access is pretty much a lot better. And so I want to encourage young persons to come up to the Calibishi Heights and join the other farmers in the productivity of produce, fresh produce in the Calibishi area.
Significant government investment has been made to ensure farmers have proper access to and from their farms.
Because we have been doing some work. A lot of work has been done in the Paix area. I think the project costed about $5.5 million, and we did a significant section of the road down there to ensure that the farmers have access to their farms, and we'll continue to do the work across the circumference of the Calibishi Farm Road Network. And so I hope that the benefits of this maintenance has been tremendous for the farmers, and I look forward to much more progress in the very near future.
The next stop was on the holding of Miss Onelia Benjamin, one of the farmers who directly benefits from a well-maintained farm access road.
Currently, we are on the farm holding of Miss Nesta Benjamin, and she cultivates on just about a little over 2 acres, and she produces yams and dashings, ginger, turmeric. She has a range of crops on her farm. She also has sweet potatoes, coconuts, and she's one of our very, very productive farmers. She's just over the youth age, and she's still going strong in her farming, and she has just shared some very interesting and successful news with me that she harvested just about 1,200 pounds of yams or dashings recently, and I applauded her, and I encouraged her to continue doing what she's doing on the farm, because she's one of our productive farmers, and I will continue to do whatever it takes to support our young farmers like Nesta and like Mr. Marcel George, as I have before.
Calibishi is one of the more productive farming areas in the country.
I just want to encourage the youth again to come onto the farm and let us all work together to make Calibishi one of the most productive agricultural communities in Dominica, because we know we are, but there has been a decrease in the number of farmers on the farm. And like Nestor and like Marcel, we want to see you on the farm, and we are here to support you in whatever way we can, and whatever I can do to increase your production, I will do it. So once again, I encourage you to come back to the farm if you were already here. And if you are not here, find yourself in Calibishi, get a piece of land. I'll always be willing to assist, and let us work together to make Calibishi what we know it can be.
The involvement of young people in agriculture in Calibishi is encouraging and bodes well for the future.
We are here with Mr. Marcel George, one of our very young farmers and one of our very young productive farmers in Calibishi. And he is originally from Calibishi, and he will give us a little more information about his farm and his holding and some of the stuff that he has been doing and producing. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank Mr. George for the tremendous work that he has been doing in farming. And I recently announced the revamping of Naya, and when I mentioned it to him, he was more than happy and willing to jump on board the Naya train to ensure that we get Naya up and kicking and running again. So I just want to welcome Mr. Marcel George, and thank you for having us on your farm today, and give us a little more insight as to what's happening here and some of the things that has been happening in Calibishi as it relates to agriculture, farming, etc. And just tell us what you need to tell us.
I'm happy for those guys who are working on the road. Yeah, they did a nice work grading the road so we can get easy access to come to the garden, so we can get more vehicles to come carry our load. Yeah, and I was happy for the help that the Paix Black here Joseph gave me, helping me, assisting me with 10 bags of Irish potato plants. Yeah, and I did very good in it. I make over 15 bags, sell for next year. Yeah, and that was very good. And I have my cousin, who I just help now and then, is a good farmer again too, Nestor Benjamin. Yeah. And we normally plant yam, potato, plantain, everything in the garden. Yeah. And what I want to say for those young people that want to jump in farming, it's a good business, you can join it. Yeah, just have faith, pray, and you can succeed in it. Yeah. Because agriculture, the soil have a lot of money, so you just have to be good at it and have ambition. Yeah.
On his 3-acre farm, Mr. George is already clearing up new areas with the aim of increasing production. Closely linked to agriculture is agro-processing, which leads us to Seacliff Eco Cottages and Gin, the next stop on the Paix Constituency tour.
Here at Seacliff Eco Cottages and Gin, and this is Simon. He's one of the proprietors of this establishment. He does it in partnership with his wife Amber, who is not here with us today. So I would just like to thank Simon for welcoming us to his little paradise. So Simon, tell us a little more.
Yeah, so Seacliff Eco Cottages, there's 5 cottages here. We're all run on solar power, trying to be sustainable in the nature island, leaving a light footprint. And we also started making gin quite recently, really inspired by all the incredible botanicals and plants and flowers that grow in Dominica. But yeah, we have 2 acres of tropical gardens, so we grow botanicals for the gin, bay leaves, cinnamon, nutmeg, things like this. But we also grow vegetables. So yeah, we have all sorts of things growing in our gardens.
We'll highlight the gin processing plant and other aspects of the tour of the Paix constituency in a subsequent newscast. You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. The National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission has handed over 65 new computers to the Dominica State College. The computers were presented to students at a handing over ceremony on Friday, April 19 at the State College. The $50,000 donation is part of the DSC's drive to build a new artificial intelligence lab. Officer in charge at the Dominica State College, Ms. Trudy Christian, says the new computers will help the college achieve its mandate.
The vision here at the Dominica State College is to be a student-centered, dynamic, and innovative world-class multi-campus college which promotes excellence in teaching and learning, serving diverse communities and producing lifelong learners who can compete globally quite a complex vision. But in the current fast-paced environment, where there is an acceleration in technological advancements, the Dominica State College really needs to be able to cater to student needs and enable them to compete globally by ensuring that our learning resources, as it relates to technology, are adequate.
Executive Director of the NTRC, Mr. Craig Nesty, says this donation gives the students the opportunity to explore the many avenues that technology provides.
The computers we are providing today are not just pieces of hardware, they are gateways to knowledge, creativity, and limitless possibilities. They will serve as the foundation upon which students will build their understanding of AI concepts, develop groundbreaking algorithms, and tackle real-world problems. With access to these powerful tools, the students at State College will have opportunity to explore the depths of artificial intelligence, unlocking insights that have the potential to transform our world for the better. As we entrust these computers and servers to the capable hands of State College, I am filled with optimism for the future. I have no doubt that the students and faculty will leverage these resources to push the boundaries of what is possible in the field of artificial intelligence. Together, we are laying the groundwork for a future where innovation knows no bounds and where every individual has the opportunity to thrive.
Student at the DSC, Mr. Adrian Piper, is grateful for the donation.
On behalf of all students from the Faculty of Applied Arts and Technology, I would like to thank the NTRC for their generous donation of computers to our school. I would also like to thank those from the State College and otherwise involved in bringing this to fruition. We all know that in recent years, technology has become an invaluable part of education. I know as an architecture student, besides pencil and paper, a computer is our most useful tool. These computers will allow students in my faculty to conduct research, communicate with teachers and other students, and use the digital drafting programs that our degrees require. Furthermore, they give students the opportunity to explore their curiosity and creativity, as well as Ms. Nesty said, the critical thinking and problem-solving skills that is necessary for our field.
The National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission was established to coordinate an effective regulatory regime to enhance the operations of telecommunications in the interest of Dominica's sustainable development. The Orion Academy has triumphed over St. Mary's Academy in the final round of the 2024 Intersecondary Schools Debate Competition, earning them the title of this year's Intersecondary Schools Debate Champions. The finals took place on April 17 at the Truth and Grace Fellowship Church. Both teams presented on the topic, the tourism industry is currently the most valuable tool for economic growth and diversification in Dominica. Diamond Daniel, Ijari Maxwell, and Hafsa Francois represented the Orion Academy in this year's debate competition. Diamond Daniel proudly recalls their achievement.
We are the winners of the 2024 Inter-Secondary School Debate Competition, and it's a great achievement for our entire team and for our school. And I think it's a very proud moment for everyone, as we did put in a lot of hard work for this entire competition, and it was, to me, a well-deserved win.
She spoke of the skills she was able to hone throughout the competition.
Through this competition, I was able to gain confidence, increase my confidence. I would say, as you know, being up there by yourself for 10 or 7 minutes, it's really nerve-wracking. So doing it numerous times, it helps to build your confidence. It helps to build your public speaking for when you enter the real world and the world of work. And I think it's overall a good experience for young people to take part in.
Hafsa Francois described her experience as one of the youngest members on her team debating in earlier rounds.
I think debating, it helps you build that confidence to first of all start communicating with others, and then in parts of debate such as rebuttal, it helps you build your points in a clear, concise way when you're in situations like that, when you would need to come up with an argument. The first topic, the one I debated in, that the privatization of the energy sector is the best way to introduce efficient service in Dominica. Luckily for that one, I did agree with the topic, but for the next couple of debates, for example, the one on Carnival, I didn't agree with that topic at all. And I think debate introduced me to how a good argument really can change my views, because by the end of it, I did agree with our side of the argument.
The themes for the debate competition exposes students to political, economic, and social issues affecting their country. Ijari Maxwell says the competition allowed him to develop greater awareness of affairs on the island.
These topics really opened my eyes to some, intricate areas in the Dominican, because most of the topics were about Dominica specifically. So we had to do research of Dominica. So it really helped me open my eyes to how the Dominican environment is, and we had to do research about it. So the research we did, I got to understand Dominica more. So those topics helped.
Debate and public speaking coach and IT teacher at the Orion Academy, Ms. Abigail Woodland, says debate imbues students with essential skills.
I think one of the primary skills that the students are able to really work on is being confident and being able to speak fluently. Oftentimes when you have a thought, it's difficult to find the words. That happens to us as adults too. So for my students, what we try to do is think of different ways that we can express the same thought, and that actually helps them as an exercise, so that when they're on the spot, when they need to express an idea, they don't need to look down at notes in order to be able to do so. And so that's part of what it means to be a public speaker. You understand the thought of what you're trying to say, and so you can say it using the words that you have available to you in your vocabulary. Helps them to expand their vocabulary as well, because we'll think of different words that will express that same idea. And I always tell them, we may write it this way, but when your head is up, when you have audience contact, when you're looking at the judges, you don't need to look down. Say the thoughts. Even if other words are used to say the same thought, just say the thought. The thought will come through and it will make the point. And I think that's one of the primary skills that we try to enforce.
Ms. Woodland encouraged pupils across Dominica to participate in debate, as there are a number of benefits that derive from debating.
I think debating is something that is vital. It helps you to be able to express your perspective, but also understand that there are two sides to every argument. And that's the one thing about debate. Sometimes you don't draw the topic that you personally are in agreement with. So it forces you to sort of see the other side and actually look for points to support the other side. It doesn't mean you're going to come out of this exercise changing your opinion, but at least it helps you to be more open to the idea that there are always two sides to every argument, and that helps the students to sort of broaden their perspective. So I think I would advise students to get involved in their various debate teams in their school. You may not necessarily be the one to do the public speaking, but you can help to do the research, you can help with the rebuttal practice, and it's an excellent exercise. I'm really happy that the intersecondary schools team has decided to bring it back.
St. Mary's Academy debating team Noah Sorrendo and Jelani Shillingford secured second place in the competition. The intersecondary schools debating competition is organized by Ms. Trudy Christian. Coming up next, the Creole News Highlights with Jenno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel en créole. Le nom c'est Jenno Jacob. Orion Academy gagne National Debate Competition. Ça c'est compétition discutée nationale en année là. Ça c'est deuxième fois l'école là qui prend place la compétition. L'année passée, il n'a pas gagné, mais l'année là, il est sorti premier. Nous parlons et puis Abigail Woodman, coach public speaking, coach pour parler et puis discuter en public.
Nous bien contents, nous gagnons premier prix, nous practice. Il était une fois jic dans la nuit, nous avons practice. So, c'est un bon bagage pour students, pour nous gagner un premier prix.
C'est une bonne expérience. Dis-nous non c'est les gars, the name of the experience.
Okay, so nous avons trois students qui participent même à la compétition, mais nous sommes en club. So, c'est pas comme si c'est trois tout seul, mais nous avons trois students qui participent même. So, nous c'est Jazz Maxwell, Diamond Daniel et Hafsa François.
Et les compétitions, c'est un bon butin à l'école.
Oui, c'est ça un bon bagage, parce qu'il a fait connaître comment pour parler bien, pour pas, comment on va dire ça, too afraid. Okay, oui, pas trop peur, là, il a parlé pour l'école, pour là, il a l'école, l'université, bagage comme ça. Il a besoin de skills ça pour parler. So, ça c'est un bon bagage qui a fait plus meilleur.
Et aussi, si vous travaillez en business, le gouvernement, comment pour conduire
So, nous connaissons il y a autant de travail qui a fait moun parler pour médias, parler pour une audience, comme si il y a conférence, bagay comme ça. So, il est bon pour students pour connaître comment pour parler à certaines salles, pour deux bouts et parler pour audience.
Et depuis, c'est un trip l'autre pays.
Puis, c'est un trip. Moi, vers Sélégan, nous allons aller à Saint-Lucie, aller à un hôtel pour 4 jours. So, ça, c'est un bel prix.
National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, NTRC, Bastet College là 65 computers aujourd'hui. Ces computers qui ont coûté $300,000 ici. Nous parlons et puis Larry Thomas qui est en charge de classe computer en State College là.
Nous avons besoin de computers. Et ça nous allons faire puis computer là, nous allons faire des labs, des computers labs pour nous faire l'école classe. À présent, nous avons besoin de 120 computers. Et avec ça c'est pour faire 4 labs computers. À présent, nous avons une idée. Et avec 65 computers, nous allons faire un autre dé pour nous faire l'école. Ça nous allons faire, c'est ni tout le monde en collège ni pour faire computer. Tout le monde. Et nous pas ni assez de computers à présent. Avec 65 computers là, nous avons autant pour nous bas classe à tous les enfants de l'école à collège.
Et de tout étudiant ni pour étudier computer.
Tous les enfants, si vous ni pour passer à un collège là, ou ni pour faire computer. Tout le monde. Ou pas ça passer collège sans faire computer. Et nous avons une classe qui a besoin de computer. Il y a des gens qui fait architecte, qui fait maths, qui fait comptable. Et à présent, tout le monde a besoin de computer pour faire classe. Et toute l'année, computer là, a besoin de plus de 9 computers. Nous avons dit merci à NTRC pour 65 computers là. Ça a une valeur de $150,000. Et ça, c'est un bon cadeau pour nous. Et nous avons dit merci à NTRC.
Ça, c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, c'est Geno Jacob. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching.